Sup guys, welcome to Teaching. My name's Yulia and get ready cause I'm about to teach you some English. No, seriously, get ready cause I think I'm about to ruin your world. You better sit down for this. What do you know about auxiliary verbs? Right, so they say. They tell you these verbs help you make negative sentences and questions. Now, what is the auxiliary verb in the present?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Right, that's do. Or if it's a third person singular, that is he, she, it.
Poor little rich girl. What does she know about misery?
Come here, lover boy.
And if he doesn't answer?
Oh, lover boy.
And if he still doesn't answer?
That is, of course, does. What is the auxiliary verb in the past?
Did you hear what I said?
We didn't catch your name last night.
Right you are, that's did. What about the future?
Will you marry me? But you won't marry me.
Absolutely. In the future, that's...
Well!
But what if I tell you that this whole time they lied to us? It's a conspiracy. Shh. They taught you that you need to use auxiliary verbs in negative sentences and questions, but you don't need them in positive sentences. Huh. Well, get this. Sometimes you do need them in positive sentences too. That's right. You heard me. Just like I used it in the sentence now. Sometimes you do need them in positive sentences. It's like when in school they told you that you can't divide by zero, but then in university it turned out you actually can. Like if you did know that you can divide by zero. This is something that they call emphatic do. Emphatic comes from emphasize, which means to give special importance to something. The name speaks for itself. We use emphatic do when we want to add emphasis to a statement. So how exactly does this work? Let's see some examples.
She stopped calling you Slumdog Millionaire.
I do appreciate that.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I do know some things.
I don't recall what I got for my first Christmas, and I don't know when I went on my first outdoor picnic, but I do remember the first time I heard the sweetest voice in the wide world.
Forrest, I do love you.
Jack, the letter's given back.
No. Persuade me.
You do know Will taught me how to handle a sword.
You're going to want to know what it tastes like.
I do want to know what it tastes like.
Regardless of the way we feel about each other.
Then you do feel something.
Scabbers.
Harry, you do realize what tree this is?
As you can see, we put emphatic do between the subject and the main verb of the sentence, just like in negative sentences, only without not after it. Third person singular, as always, requires does.
This is Sheldon Cooper. Fine, Shelley. Yes, that does sound like a girl's name. No, it doesn't bother me. Yes, Smelly Shelley does bother me.
I bet he's some loser who lives with his parents.
Yes, he does live with his parents.
I hope the boy does wake. I'd be very interested to hear what he has to say.
Well, then, the droid does belong to you.
Maybe he does deserve to die. But now that I see him, I do pity him.
You can't be here! It doesn't make sense for you to be here! I refuse to believe that you are here!
Doc, I am here, and it does make sense.
And in the past, of course, we need to use did.
Not that it's any of your business, but we did go out.
Really?
I did have a great time. Thank you.
Today you get to say I told you so. Today, I don't want to. But I did bloody tell you.
As for Cersei, well, she's probably working on a way to avoid a trial altogether by having me killed.
Now that you mention it, she did ask.
Nothing I have witnessed gives me reason to doubt him. And yet he did betray you.
Of course. He wants the chest.
Yes, he did say something about a chest.
What's the final problem? I did tell you. But did you listen?
That's a fine idea. Bubba did have a fine idea.
This is how it works. But, oh my gosh, Yulia, please don't tell me there's another but. Of course there is. Emphatic do doesn't work in the future. Can you guess why?
I will come back and free you, Mom.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
Right, because in the future, we use the auxiliary verb for positive sentences as it is. Anyway, in the future, the auxiliary verb is not do, it's will. And if we don't use do, how can there be emphatic do at all? However, we can use emphatic do in the imperative. When you ask or tell somebody to do something, and you want to sound persuasive, like you really mean it, this is how you can do it.
It will do you no good.
Do explain.
Want to know why?
Do tell, dearie.
Books can be misleading.
You wrote them.
My dear boy, do use your common sense.
Is your pencil broken?
No. No. Do go on.
Shut up, Mrs. Hudson.
Mycroft!
Apologies.
Thank you.
They do, in fact, shut up.
Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, do hit the like button. And do hit the subscribe button. English will not learn itself, duh! Did I sound persuasive enough? Everything you do, it sends me higher than the moon. With every twinkle in your eye, you strike a match that lights my